sana kodoe na mataka Bona numa Nananda tonlasa Mai subana numa tikona Fanwa
Got it. Good. No, oh,
Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to the crew bar, everybody.
well,
Hi.
Johnny's just Johnny Herbert.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good evening.
How are you all?
We're very, very good. You sounded like Donut then, actually. How are you all? If you get, hopefully he might be in.
We're up and down.
So
well, Pete Stevens has left the house now.
yeah, he's been in, Hilda, but he saw you coming in. He's just left. I don't know why.
Who was that?
Pete Stevens.
Oh,
I don't know why. What have you said something to him?
no, I haven't said a word to anybody yet.
Yeah, give yourself a chance. Yeah.
Is Peter Pratt coming in?
We hope so. I've
You've been
got a
reading the
bone to
book.
pick with him.
You've been reading the book, haven't you?
Yes, he's got one or two facts wrong there, I'm afraid.
Like he got facts about me wrong as well. Yeah.
But John, does it make the storyline even more enticing?
Not really, no.
What? Not to you?
Well, there wasn't.
I mean, hasn't he? That's what he's done.
To start with, the captain was JY, not Sammy.
Right. Okay.
And I didn't get sacked.
No, but were you just pleasantly asked to leave?
No, there's a long story to it.
Right.
There was a lot of overtime that I was signing for. When Malcolm came on there, he was the chef at the time, and he definitely didn't want me to leave, and put a lot of extra work onto me. And when I said about it, he said, pay the extra overtime, which I did, and I signed for it. Yeah. But there was a lot of questions over it. And when I went on leave at the end of that voyage, everybody thought I was going back, including me. All my stuff was there. And I got a phone call from the office to say that I was being taken out. Overtime wasn't actually mentioned, but I know what it was. It was that, because I heard afterwards. But I didn't want to go back. I did relieves on Oriana and Arcadia while I was off. I was off 4 months altogether.
Yeah.
And then I was staying down with Malcolm, actually, and the office phoned my home, and my mother said, I was down in Brighton staying with Malcolm Pierce. Do you want his number? No, we got his number. So they phoned me there, and it was Eric Shepherd's sister. It was Eric Shepherd that was in the chair then, and said they wanted me to go back to the Sun, but not to do 4-month contract, to do 5, to bring me back onto the leave pattern. I said, well, I don't really want to go back there now. You took me off. I says, and it's a hard working ship. I says, and it's time somebody else had a spell there. And she said, I can't answer that. I'll have to speak to Mr. Shepherd. She phoned me back a little bit later and said, could you come into the office at your convenience? I thought, that's a change for Shepherd. You're not normally ordered to go into the office. Anyway, Peter Pratt was in Brighton, lived in Brighton then. And he was coming round to Southampton to see his parents. I came round with him, and he dropped me off at the office. And Freddie Class, who was the superintendent chef at the time, met me at the door and took me up to the office, and all very pleasant and all the rest of it. So Mr. Shepherd said, I believe you're not happy about going back to the Sun Princess. He said, why is that? So I told him. I said, it's not an easy ship to work on. I said, there's a lot of work there. I said, there's only myself and a third baker European on day, other than the pastry cook. I said, and you keep sending me out first trippers. I said, and it's very difficult. I said, when they don't know the routine of a ship. So he said, I think we can make that a second baker you can have. So you've got somebody with experience. He said, what's the other thing? So I said, well, my accommodation. I said, I'm used to being in officers' accommodation. I said, which I'm not on there. He said, well, we don't have the accommodation. I said, well, there is. I said, because there's a printer. I said, in a cabin in the officer's accommodation. I said, I am technically senior to a printer. So he said, well, we have a female printer sometimes. I said, well, then that's bringing sexuality into it, sexual discrimination rather. And of course, there was a lot of fluttering anyway. To cut a long story short, I did go back there, and the accommodation was changed. Kevin was actually the printer at the time, which wasn't very happy, but there we go.
Man.
Yeah. And as I say, then Pickford, of course, he wanted to see me. He said, oh, you have any problems, John? Let's discuss it. So there was a chief steward and myself. We went through the menus, and that's when they started buying things that were put on other ships, like plum puddings, which was a major job for me because all I had was one baker's mate, one going, and we didn't have any sink for washing up. And yet, because of all the problems in the galley, I was told I had to do the washing shop up in the baker's shop, which was in this little hand basin. I didn't have any other sink there. And I bought all this up. I said, this is the way I've been working. I said, for nearly 3 years. And of course, then it was begin to get some changes, and it made it, more acceptable. But it's still hard working. But we did get round 1 or 2 points and 1 or 2 things that made it a lot easier.
Well, John, I'm very glad you mentioned it. But with what you've said, and obviously you're looking at maybe taking a few things to court. Well, the thing is, I'm afraid there is a bit of a backlog. We've got Djokovic waiting. We've got the Duke of York waiting. Boris will probably be invited, which really means they're going to all have to be shunted down so we can get you in first.
Well, I've got to take priority.
Scotty, please, Dave.
Otherwise, I should get my knickers in the twist.
Can you put? Oh, get lovely, excellent. I can see the keys behind you. What are you typing? Pratty's 4th book.
That's
third book.
No, I'm just correcting the second one.
That's a long lost friend, that Till.
Excellent. It's good to see you, Scotty. I hope you're well.
Yeah, fine, thank you. Everybody else, good?
Yeah. We're all good. In fact, we're just looking at the back, the photos behind everybody, and obviously Pete's got a story behind the clock behind him. For a start, it has been mentioned, but for anyone that might not have heard it, Pete.
Oh, that might be in the book actually, because it came across to the Sea Princess of the Maiden Voyage. Anyway, it's the clock off the bridge off Arcadia when she went to Taiwan. And it was purloined for me by a very kind deck officer who, Mr. Van Brunswick, played a big part, whose picture appeared today on the Aussie crew bar.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's I think it's his good lady's birthday, if I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was, and the clock disappeared for several years. It went off with my wife, who I'm sure 1 or 2 of you know, Gilly, and was never spoken of until last year when the crew bar assembled one afternoon when I think she'd partaken of a few beverages and she happened to mention she still had the clock. I went, oh, that's strange. 40 years later, the clock from the scrap run of the Arcadia turns up on the crew bar. So there's the dear old boy in the background and needs a bit of a cleaning, but it's now in the front room somewhere.
Good work.
That's super. Now is this Bob as Blackpool?
This is Blackpool Bob.
Blackpool Bob's coming in, which is nice. We'll see. We'll have a look. Have a say hello to Blackpool Bob. And Fruity, what shit is that? The Sea Princess behind you?
No, it's not. It's a Oriana, and it's a photo of the KB Club,
Mm-hmm.
otherwise known as the Knockback Club. And it's in the Monkey Bar garden about 1 o'clock in the morning. And I put it up because you were talking about Alan Legg.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
There
See
he
him on the
is.
end.
And if I go from left to right, is Malcolm Castleton,
Yeah.
who you probably know, myself, Dave Sawyer, Bob Griffiths, Mick Davis, known as Sheepdog, the little guy at the back with glasses, I can't remember. And
I can't. It's Mark. It's Mark. It's Mark.
Mark, yeah, Mark.
I'm glad you said that, Dave, because I've got a
Rowlands.
picture.
Rowlands.
Is it Mark Rowlands?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And we used to sit in there and have a drink about 1 o'clock in the morning when everyone had just about down. Because I was
Hello,
in.
Blackpool
No,
Bob.
Good
to see you.
No, while you were talking about Leggy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Leggy. Well, that Fruity, that was a great coverage he did on the TV.
What
Was it the video from the time that the piece was run, or is it been updated?
It's what Alan took in his own personal video, and he sent it through to the BBC.
Oh, right. Okay.
who's this Leggy?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, he did it. He did it on South, not South Today, but it was
Meridian.
South East.
Yeah,
In fact, Scotty, thank you, Scotty. Yeah, it was you that said it, saw it, wasn't it?
Yeah, BBC Southeast.
Although in Dubai.
Okay, hang on.
Hey, did your boss just stopped?
And we got two Bobs then, Bob and Bobbo. So Blackpool Bob, good to see you.
Good evening.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Hi.
And
Has your
Bobbo
bollocks dropped?
in Dubai.
David, has your bollocks dropped?
Sorry.
A bit personal, isn't it?
Is that better? Something like that, Steve.
Hello, Bob Blackpool. Hello,
Bobbo.
Bob.
Hi.
Bobbo, are you on the Dubai race course at the moment? Are you on top of a horse?
No, I'm waiting for the camels to come, but they've gone to bed. They went to bed earlier.
You look like a Dubai jockey.
Yeah, I do, don't I?
Is that a Djokovic one?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take my hat off to you.
No, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So Bobbo, where are you at the moment? You on that quayside?
Yeah, I'm on at Jumeirah Beach, right on the beach. We're on the south end of the beach, and it's very quiet. There's no one here. Sunday evenings. To be quite honest, it's fairly quiet in Dubai.
Mhm.
There's not lots of people. It's been a funny day. It's been raining today. It's been actually they haven't had rain for months and months and months, but it rained today. So
yeah.
Are we likely to see any swimmers jogging past you in a minute?
Well, no, I'm afraid not. But you never know, though. Anything can happen with me. Yeah.
Looking for trade, Dave.
Yeah. I joined the QE2 tomorrow, so I've got my discharge book ready. Yeah.
What you're signing on as?
as a bum, I think. No, sorry. Yeah. I'm not quite
And
sure.
more attendant.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, U gang actually. I think I've always wanted to go on the U gang. Yeah. I reckon I'll be good on the U gang. Yeah, with a mop. Yeah.
You should
Mop
be
in
a
the
winger
toilet
on the
brush.
QE2, Barbo.
Sorry.
You should be a winger.
Yeah. Oh no. I've only
Not
lasted
again.
2 weeks on the
Hard work,
camera.
that, mate.
I was the worst winger out.
A winger on the QE2 is bloody hard work. I can
Yeah,
vouch for that.
I don't know how you did it, Steve. Seriously.
That's why I said it.
Hello,
2
Ollie.
years I did it.
Hi.
Ollie,
Hello,
can you
Bob.
hear us all right, Ollie?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
No, you
Yeah.
sound a bit distant.
From a distance.
Yeah.
Hello, Blackpool Bob. I've
Breaking
been
the
round
song.
your area tonight.
You what, mate?
Today. I've been round your area today.
How did you get in?
We took Karen's mother to Lytham and pushed her down the seafront on a wheelchair.
Oh,
I
That was
thought you were going to say
exciting.
pushed her out in the sea.
Yeah.
yeah, pushed her out to sea.
Then a bloody
I
brother
I went
booked
to
it for somewhere to eat and took
I
us to
went
that
to the
bloody
Jews
Toby,
lunchtime.
took to the Toby Carvery. It was crap.
Oh, right, okay.
Is
That's
that near
St. Anne's.
you?
Yeah, that's at St. Anne's, not Lytham.
Right, is that near you?
Yeah, not far off, yeah.
Not far
But
off.
I went to the Dunes,
Right,
my old local in Blackpool at lunchtime.
right. Yeah, I wish I'd never bloody gone that Toby Carvery. It was
Bobby
crap.
Carvery's crap.
Yeah, it was awful.
You should have asked. I could have told you.
Yeah, I will in future, Bob. You can give us some names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, not to worry.
No.
Yeah, that photograph that you've got behind you, Fruity, that brings back some bloody memories. We used to do that nearly every night after we finished work.
That would have been at 80 something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was
But
after I left. Yeah,
It's probably about 83, 84, I think.
yeah.
Because Cass is still there.
Hmm.
Well, Bob Griffiths was there to the end, wasn't he?
Cass told me that
It looks like Bob Griffiths lost some weight. He was my first bartender in the Oba.
It's deceiving. He sat down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see the packet of senior service on the
Yeah.
table.
He's
A
like his
senior
fags.
service.
Yeah.
Oh, I did, yeah. He's a nice guy, Bob Griffiths.
Oh,
It was-
Cass
lovely.
told me he
Lovely.
finished about 81, 82.
Yeah, I to be honest, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Because he came on the Sun Princess for a period of time. I suppose it would have been about 77, 78, I think.
Who did Cass?
No, he didn't, Dave. But I would have been
Griffiths.
there, and he never came on the Sun Princess.
He did.
Bob
Well, it
Griffiths.
was after I was gone then.
Might have been 79 then, but I'm
Oh, no, I
trying to
was there
think.
79.
Well, it must have been 76 then.
There you go. I was on the Pacific Princess in 76. Yeah.
Must have been
I don't
76.
remember him on the Sun, and I came in 78.
Bob Griffiths was in the Ocean Bar in 77.
Yeah, I know.
Remember-
Yeah.
I remember the name, but I couldn't tell you what period of time he was there.
Ollie, do you remember
That photograph, he was down. That photograph, I'm pretty sure he was down the main bar
Who,
Where?
Bob?
on Oriana. That's in the Monkey Bar Garden, Bob.
Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah,
I'm trying to think where Cass was.
that was our crew bar. Well,
Sorry?
Cass was in the Monkey Bar with me, but that was before that.
No, I think Dave Sawyer was in the Monkey Bar.
Yeah,
Bob was down the thing.
Cass was in the main bar for a while.
Mick Davis was probably in the Ocean Bar.
Yeah,
I can't remember where Leggy was.
I'm sure Leggy actually left Deep Sea for a little while and then went back again because
He did. He got married. He went to New Zealand and got married, Scotty.
yeah, I have memories of him being on the ferries at Dover for a little while.
Yeah,
Just one
yeah,
or two
he did.
trips.
Yes, he did go to the ferries as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just trying to think. Last time I saw him in London. Do you remember Dennis Fitzgibbon?
Big Dennis,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Big Dennis came over from Australia, and we met up in Covent Garden. There was Bacon, myself. I'm not sure if Taffy was there. Katowski, Miss Crew. I can't remember who else. Yeah.
I remember a reunion, the Canberra reunion on the end of Bournemouth Pier. When
Yeah, Leggy was there, Scotty.
yeah,
Leggy was there. Yeah.
and Taffy turned up and
Yeah.
I don't think he can remember much about it, Leggy, but he was there.
He probably made a booking for some old tart to go to his hotel room.
And then we met him again in the Juniper Berry a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He did a crossing on the Pride of Bilbao with some of his mates when I was working on there. So that would have been probably about 86, 7, 85, 6, 7, something like that. And he came on board. Of course, same as ever, you know, recognised him straight away. And I took him up to one of the bars there, and they socialised. When I say socialised there, they did it, but he put it to he worked hard at it, but he socialised with the best of them. You know, it was a good session. Yeah, it's a good one for Leggy. But he looked good on the telly. He looked good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
Was he? He's about 67 now, I think.
Yeah, 67, 68. So yeah, he's coming up to 68, I think.
Did no one get to record it then?
Well, Taffy recorded a couple of the bits. Do you see that?
I just saw one. It was only a few seconds.
Yeah,
I saw that little clip that was on.
yeah. I did manage to see it. I went back on I don't, as Pete says, it might still be on the iPlayer on the set. What's it called, Scotty?
BBC Southeast.
Southeast, BBC Southeast.
So what was it, a documentary, guys, or what actually was it? What was he on television for? Sorry.
It was to do, obviously, it's the 40 years of the Falklands coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And it had talked about the Canberra the week before, apparently on the local news, I think, Scotty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then Leggy sent in his video that he'd done when he joined the Canberra for that trip down to the Falklands.
Okay.
And it was footage that no one had seen before. So it was put on the local news. And it was good. They were keeping fit. They were doing tug of war on there. And he was working in the bar, obviously, and they even befriended some of the Argentinian prisoners on their return back when they were being taken back over to their home, and they interviewed one of the RG prisoners of war to say how well they were treated and looked after on board on the ship. You know, very humanitarian. You know. And you saw Leggy at the time, obviously, when he was a young lad. I think he was 29 at the time, and then obviously being interviewed at his home now.
In Ashford, I think.
Yeah. In Ashford, yeah, Ashford in Kent.
Yeah, that's where he lives, yeah.
So Morris, good to see you. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you, Dave. Nice to be here. A bit late, but got here in the end.
You're representing Dover because Brendan's just sent a message in to say he can't come.
Are you sure he's not in California, Dave?
He might be.
Not in California, not in Dover, right, Ashford.
I got it figured out.
But it's a nice palm tree, though. It could be California.
That was Pango, I think.
You watch out for that tidal wave.
Hey, I was going to say,
Yeah.
what sad news, because Tonga
it's
got a special feeling for all of us. What a sad state of affairs.
There's been no reports of fatalities, Dave, has there? Which is good.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But there's very little communication either, is there? So
nobody's been there yet, have they?
No, they can't get out there yet.
I think the cloud has come down over the island, so it's all the ash.
Yeah,
covering the place.
So was that an underwater volcano?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. The
There's a
video
tsunami warning in Sydney as well. They had the tsunami warning in Sydney.
It's the same here, Barbara. We had it here.
Oh, you got it there as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
all the way up to Alaska.
Yeah, awful. Yeah, we've all got good memories of the
Sway, David. Did you have it in Sway?
We did have a sway, actually. Yeah.
Well, we had an earthquake up here last week, apparently.
I was still getting over that.
Yeah. Did you feel it, Bob?
Yeah. Well, it was either an earthquake.
You can hear the cattle grid in Sway.
This guy.
Did anybody else have the earth move for them?
No, but I do need to talk to Barbo.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
no,
Bobo,
Colonel.
we had a crew bar meeting before we went on the air, and this is not a bollocking, but you know how much we love you, right?
Oh,
when
yeah, don't need to post anything. No, problem.
No. So when you get on the QE2,
Yeah.
if you can do 2 takes, do one take saying Bobo Live, which is great for the Bobo Live fans, right? But for us, say hello, crew bar.
Yeah.
You know, if you do 2 takes.
Yeah. But also, I'm going to talk to the guide, Peter, and I'll try and get a good thing for the crew bar.
There you go. See, that wasn't a bollocking, Dave. See?
It was, but Bobo, look, we love the way you do it. So just do it the way you do it. All right. That if you want, for Colonel's sake, just throw in the odd crew bar. Just throw it in. Just be discreet.
In actual fact, I'm going to give John a bollocking. But John, you're doing my job then, directing.
Hello.
Hello,
No.
everybody. Oh, no. How you doing?
Hello. Evening, Noel.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hello.
No, I'm so sorry to see that you've got such an awful view out of your kitchen window. I'll send you a better one of ours.
Okay. Well, it's the floodwaters coming down from the mountains. That's why that's still there.
That is brilliant. That was fantastic. Fantastic view.
It was a bit grey, yeah. Just I don't know where all the seagulls came from. Must be down around Bournemouth or somewhere.
Oh, yeah, steady. Yeah. No, it's lovely. And we've got, we've got Bobo in Dubai at the moment. And Colonel was just mentioning about his reports. They're coming through.
So I just got a bollocking.
No, you missed out on somebody else getting a bollocking.
Yeah, the heat was on me tonight. That's okay. I've got broad shoulders.
Last week, the Colonel was very quiet, so he was.
In actual fact, I was a bit overwhelmed by having 20 people in the crew bar, Noel. Because I got to keep doing the editing as we in real time, so I was losing track of who was in.
Yeah.
The after Christmas rush.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like the January sales.
It was the January sales. Yeah.
Everybody wanted to get in. Yeah.
I was getting mixed up with Morris Stewart and the other chap in California, so I got bollocked for that.
Oh dear. Yeah, that was great.
Look at that. Is that the military canal there, Mo?
It is, yeah. It's just outside my door, that one.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Nice.
So, Morris, where are you? Are you on the next walking group with Brendan?
I've been invited, but it's in London. I prefer the actual rural stuff rather than walking through London, I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm sure the invite's gone out to quite a few of you guys, haven't it?
Yeah, and I expect Gizzy. I don't know whether he'll come back down again for the next walk. Bobo, will you be able to come back over for the next walk in London?
When is that? Next week?
Next week. Oh, Ollie, you were there, weren't you, Ollie?
When?
On the last walk up over the O2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course, Ollie was there. Yeah.
Yeah, good day. Brilliant
It was a
day.
good day.
Yeah.
Bobo, can you keep an eye out for Djokovic and get his autograph for me if you see him there, will you?
He's on his way there right now. Yeah.
That's right. He's just stopped, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he should be there about now.
Yeah. It's an Emirates flight, isn't it?
Yeah. Novak Djokovic.
Novak.
Yeah. Go home, Djokovic.
Yeah.
The Aussies
do any time
very
now.
unfriendly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
They had to do it, though, didn't they? They had to do it. They couldn't let him stay.
They couldn't let him stay. No way. No way. Set of presidents.
They should have kicked him out a week ago, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't have invited him in the first place. It was their fault initially.
Yes, it was. Yeah, they shouldn't have even put him on the plane.
No.
Yeah.
But he lied. He lied about what he'd been doing.
Talk about bleeding Djokovic. What about me? I can't go yet.
There you go.
They
Your name's Novak, and they'll let you in.
Huh?
Tell them that your name's Novaks and they'll let you in.
Aye, yeah.
Bob, I forgot, when are you going?
I was supposed to be going the 25th of April, but they haven't opened the fucking door yet. So.
Oh, right.
Oh, they still haven't opened the door then. Oh. God.
But Bobo, you're all right because you've got
I'm
family
Australian
connections.
Australian passport.
Like Noel did, because Noel, you had your daughter out there, didn't you?
Yeah, that's how I got in on the parent rule. Yeah.
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 What was the name of the great train robber who went there with all that money to Australia? What was his name?
Briggs.
Ronnie Biggs.
Ronnie Biggs. Yeah.
He went to South America, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, one went to Australia. He had a suitcase full of fivers.
Bruce Reynolds.
That was
No,
Jimmy.
Ronnie Biggs, it was. He did a tour of Australia and then disappeared over to Rio.
Yeah.
I just hear somebody say Jimmy McIntyre.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Him trying to get John.
Interesting, yeah.
That was going through my mind as well.
I was on there.
In Peter Pratt's book, John.
John, I was on there at the time.
Yeah.
There were an awful lot of squeaky bums.
I bet, including Frankie Brock.
Well,
and the tongue.
I wouldn't know about that. Tell us, David.
John, you're the only one who doesn't then.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
What was it, David? Come here, child. Come here, child.
Come here, child. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. Hey, we'll have to have a crew bar book club, and then we'll all discuss a chapter. You know.
I don't think even Amazon will print that. Publish that.
I was just reading that Peter Pratt's book, the first one.
Yeah.
And there was one bit in it I thought was very strange. This is going through the Panama Canal. They had to use the mules because the Pacific is higher than the Atlantic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how can it be? I mean, the only bit that's higher is the lake in the middle. The seas are level at both sides, aren't they?
It goes up and over and down, or vice versa.
Over and down again, yeah.
Yeah. Charlie, good to see you in Bermuda.
Yeah. Good afternoon or good evening all.
How are you?
Hello.
Very well, thank you.
Lovely.
Yeah, don't worry. Brendan's not here to ask you your weather forecast.
Oh, okay. It's bright
What
and
is it
sunny,
like?
72 degrees.
Can we send that through to Brendan immediately? Brendan will need to know that immediately.
Right. We'll pass it on.
Definitely. Yeah.
So who here hasn't got a chapter in Paddy's book? Raise their hand.
Probably me.
Which book?
Any book.
I haven't seen the second book yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
David,
oh, you've got a good mention in there.
Oh, whoa! You wait till you get
Yes,
to page.
you have.
You wait till you get to page 4 of chapter 1. You'll be shocked.
I think it's just you and me in the first chapter, don't you?
Oh, wait. Oh, that's all right. Then. Oh, brilliant.
You guys are stars of the book. Yeah.
Oh, I better go and get
I
it.
just finished reading that first book. It was brilliant.
I'm referring to what he said when the female purser came into the office. I would not repeat it here.
Oh yes, I did read that. Yeah.
Is that what Phil Butcher used to say when?
Oh, don't go there.
Oh, dear.
Bad area.
Like a little something inside you.
Well, it was a little bit stronger than that.
I'm surprised they didn't censor that bit. Yeah.
It was a great read. I read the first book.
Yeah.
I finished it yesterday. Actually, it was fantastic.
Yeah. I read the first book. That was it was really interesting because obviously Noel, you would have been around, and Bob, you would have definitely been around.
Yeah.
At the very, very, very beginning, early, and you, Hilda, you know. you'd have been there way back. But it was interesting for me, because I didn't sort of come in to sea life till a little bit later than that. But it was very interesting.
Well, I knew Pratty in the 70s on the old Oriana, and he used to get pissed of a night and end up coming round into my cabin and spewing up in the sink.
Oh no!
Lovely.
Lovely, lovely.
It's called true love.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, his reminiscences of Aussie cruising rings a few bells, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's a bit of luxury there, having a sink in your cabin.
Yeah.
It was usually the shoe.
Yeah.
A good job I didn't have photographic evidence to put with this story, you know what I mean? Imagine if you had photographic evidence.
Well, I don't
Dave,
think any of
is
us
it
would have
true that
survived
you were
to see
singing
if we
with
had.
with the band. Is that true? In the book, he said something about you going and you were caught singing with the band or something. There was a piece I read. I'm sure it was, and you got into trouble or something with the purser afterwards.
Who's this?
You talking to me, Bobo?
Yeah, Dave.
You were supposed to be singing with one of the bands.
Yeah.
That was after I left. I didn't know nothing about this one, Dave.
And did you go down on your knees and grab hold of the purser's legs and say, "Please don't sack me, sir. Please don't sack me," so all the passengers could hear it?
Well, the nearest to that was who was the purser? Who was the chief purser on there? Dickie Bull. Dickie Bull.
Was it Dickie Bull or Jim Merritt?
No, Dickie Bull. He didn't like me wearing the non-black socks. He would like to see me wearing black socks, but I never did. I wore the multicolored ones, bumblebees, ones with pockets in, and you name it, whatever, anything but black. Anyway, Dickie Bull said, "Show me your socks," down at reception on the Sun, and all the guests or passengers were going to go ashore for down the gangway, and he looked at my socks. So I showed him my socks, and he kicked me on the ankle, and I just dropped like a sack of spuds on the deck, and I was rolling around. I said, you just kicked me. You just kicked me. And he said, "Get up." He said, "Get up." And I said, "I can't get up because you just kicked me, And I then started holding on to his leg, and he was trying to pull his leg away. And
Oh, I think Pratty might have got that story a bit wrong as well.
It doesn't matter. It's all part of the license. Yeah, it's pretty close. That's pretty close.
It's a good read. It's a good read.
It's a good story, Dave. Stick to it.
Exactly. And Stephen, down under, good to see you.
Good morning.
Morning.
How's all?
Morning.
Well done. Well done. Yeah.
All right, mate. You can take the shirt off now. You can take the shirt off now.
I can't take it off. It's stuck to my back.
A game of two halves, mate. A game of two halves.
It was too. Yeah, it was too. Great game, second half.
Yeah.
Stephen, have they got the English cricket team yet?
Yeah.
Have we got one?
They're going to do the same to them as they did to Djokovic.
Yeah, send them all home.
They'll deport them and never let them back.
Blackpool Bobs, the only one that's football team did well yesterday.
We didn't play, yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, my team did all right too.
What's your team, Charlie?
Arsenal.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes.
Good result.
Yeah, good result. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
At least United did well today, didn't they?
Yeah, brilliant.
Huh?
Yeah,
that was a good win for them.
Yeah. So Stephen down under, obviously we didn't have an Aussie one this morning. So how's it been down there this week?
Good. Yeah, we've had a good week. We've had a very hot weather, 32, 33 degrees. It's very sticky.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Very humid. Yeah.
And were these weather reports just coming in and out briefly in amongst the Djokovic?
Yeah, that's right. We just saw a little bit of weather, but it was all Djokovic. Yeah. And a lot of reports from Serbia saying what arseholes we are.
Oh, there's a lot of Serbians down there. They're all in tears.
Yeah. We'll see what happens today when it gets underway.
3 years?
Yeah, I think it should be going by deportation, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
they're saying.
that
You
should-
can't go back for 3 years.
You know, Rock and Blues Fest.
Yep,
Internet.
that should be the end of it.
Gizzy's at Buckland.
Yes, we.
I saw a report in the paper this morning where they reckon he must be Boris Johnson's son because both of them lie like shit and dirt.
Did anybody see that? Did anybody see that on Facebook today about the Downing Street cat in front of a little wooden podium like Boris uses when he's giving a speech, and the cat's saying, "And I wasn't at the party."
Isn't it convenient that Boris has apparently got COVID? He's self-isolating. Yeah, right after all that was revealed last week, he's self-isolating the day after.
Would you lie low too if you had a tall old
sympathy?
No sympathy.
Can you tell him he's got Zoom?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was like this. It was like a story my daughter told me. She lives in San Francisco, and she said there was a guy begging or preaching outside her apartment, and he was saying, like, you know, just believe in God. God will fix it. Everything is fine. If you believe in God, you'll all be saved, you know. And he said, if that's not true, I'm fucked.
I don't know if anyone got the message as well, but Gizzy has just put up on the WhatsApp. He said, sorry, guys, he's still at a rock and blues festival.
Yeah, he's at Bucklands, isn't he?
Where's that then?
Bucklands.
Skeggy.
Skegness.
Is it?
Buckland.
Yeah, it's at Butlins.
Okay, Butlins, Skeggy, yeah.
We can have a bloody reunion there next year, couldn't we?
Butlins are still going?
Yeah.
David.
Oh, dear.
Oh, thank you. Where is he? He's just coming in. Taffy's coming in, sunglasses on. Marvellous.
Taffy's coming
There we
Oh,
go.
Taffy.
All right,
I just woke up.
Me too.
Yeah, it is 2022, Alan, you're okay. 2022.
Hey, it looks like you're in need of a bit of a haircut there, Mr. Taffy.
Yeah, I still won't go in anywhere.
Eh?
I'm going all hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be wild Tappy there with the hair,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're all coming out of self-isolation next week, aren't you? You're going to be having down the pub and all the Six Nations and all sorts.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm quite happy to set the house up ready for it. I can't wait for the Six Nations. I love the Six Nations. You always got something to look forward to on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And even if Wales are not playing, like it'll be Ireland against England or something.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know what shirt to put on, you know.
Probably the same one every time, Taffy.
Taffy, what did you think of Leinster today?
Well, I haven't seen that. All I saw is that all the Welsh regions, they're gone to crap. They're dreadful. They're getting walloped everywhere. All the Welsh regions.
Leinster beat Montpellier 79 points to 7 today.
Oh, well, without going into a long conversation, there is no doubt about it. Out of all the teams, since the game has gone professional, Ireland are the ones that have got it right. They've got control of all their players, very similar to New Zealand. No player can get too big-headed. They got control of them all from the time they're young. They bring them through the academies, and they've done a great job. So I think it may be their turn for some big success. And without writing off England, because England have got such a depth of players that the likes of Wales, Scotland, and Ireland shouldn't really have a chance against them. But Ireland have done such a good job. Ireland have done such a good job in the professional era that I can't wait for this Six Nations to see what, mind you, I'll finish with this. Last year, they said Wales would get the wooden spoon. Do you remember what happened last year?
We all do, yes. I think they won it, didn't they?
They won the championship. So there we are. But I for the first time, I'm not optimistic. I must admit. I'm normally very optimistic.
We don't believe you. You only want to be the underdog, so that's always happens, isn't it? Put the pressure off you, Taff. We know you.
It's a good job the Commodore's not in.
It's a shame Stan's not in here at the moment, but he'll be back. He'll be back. Have you heard from Stan this week, Fruity?
No. No, I don't keep in touch with him, Dave. I did email him after Christmas or after New Year.
Yeah.
Just to tell him that when we were going to resume the crew bars, but whether or not he picked it up, I don't know.
Yeah. No, well, we'll see him again. We'll see him again.
In the green shorts.
But he was on last week, so
yes, he was.
It's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's that, Palm Island?
No, St. Thomas. St. Thomas. We hired a load of mini mokes, you know the mini mokes.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Steve, is that you in the bikini?
That's me, in the green bikini. With no top.
in the topless bikini.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great there. That was lovely. Actually, who's in the picture there, Steve? Is that Susie Murrow on there?
Yeah, she's there.
Susie Murrow's there.
Yeah.
Story.
Oh yeah, Peter Story.
That looks like Leggy.
No, he wasn't on the Sun though, was he?
No, that's right. Yeah, he wasn't there. No.
And, there's Fred. Fred the drummer, isn't it? Fred.
Yeah. Fred. Pete.
Shawcross.
Pete back to us.
Who's that with the back?
With his skirt on.
Who's that?
Fiji Pete.
Oh, lovely. We love Fiji
What's his
Pete.
name, Dave? Fiji Pete.
Pete. No, Pete Doffler was Pete the Feet. Pete. It'll come. Yeah, Fiji Pete. Yeah. I like it. Ollie, what was Fiji's surname?
I'm trying to think. I can't think what it is.
Nobody knew it was anything but Fiji Pete. That was it.
Yeah, Fiji. Peter.
Can't remember.
No, it's good. Scotty, was he on there with you?
No. Well, on the Sun or the PP?
Yeah.
Or, no.
On the Sun, yeah.
78, I think the Sun.
No, were you with Fiji?
No,
Fiji?
I can't recall him at all, no.
Oh, he's a nice guy. Nice guy.
That narrows it down.
Well, he was in the crew bar last year when I was on the plane, right, Dave?
No.
Hey?
No.
You had him in. You had a phone conversation in Ollie's pocket.
No, that was Pete the Feet.
That was Pete the Feet. Yeah, that was
That was Pete the Feet.
Tracy Doe in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Andy Stageman.
Yeah. What was it? What was it?
And Taffy, what chapter are you in the book in Peter Pratt's book? Well, what chapter are you in it?
I don't know if I'm in that. I haven't read. I'm not very good at reading now.
Oh,
but having said that, I might get it. I can read probably on what do you call it on my laptop?
Kindle. Electronic.
Yes.
Kindle.
Brett, what, should we go put you in Braille?
Steady.
I find it very hard now. I'm completely blind in my right eye now. So
yeah.
I try to read and it puts too much strain. But having said that, I think I could read it on Kindle, so I might just get the first book first.
I don't know if they do it on audio. Do they do it on
Yeah, I was
audio?
going to say, yeah.
How's
Audio.
your driving license, Taff?
Oh, I'm good for driving. I've had all the tests. I've
But as long as you turn left.
Yeah, I know. I had a bit of a sweat on because when you get to 70, you have to reapply. You have to apply for your test now every 3 years when you get to 70.
You don't get a test, you just apply for your license. You don't have to do a test.
Yeah, it's a license. Yeah.
Right.
I just had to do mine.
Let
I
me
just had to
explain
do
it.
my second.
Right, so I had to get a new license at 70, and because they had to have letters off my specialist who dealt with my eye when I lost the eye. But you can drive lawfully with one eye, providing you've passed all the adequate eye tests.
Eye tests.
Which I have, so I've now got a license for 3 years, but it'll run out in 73, in
2023.
So I'm all right. I'm good to go for a while.
Well, just to let everybody know, when Ollie gets to 70, he's going to apply for his first driving license. Is that right, Ollie?
That's right, Dave. Yeah.
I like that photograph, Scotty. That
Which
till.
one's that? Oh, the
till.
till. Got some fingerprints on it.
Was that the one up in the Starlight Lounge that Noel couldn't get working?
Might not be that one.
yes.
I think that draw's closed on that one.
That looks like the one Joe Stringer had in the.
My fingers there, look.
Yeah. It fell off the shelf somehow. Don't know.
Guys, I'm going to have to cut in because I'm going to have to go. My battery's going.
Okay, Bobo.
So I will take all the information that Colonel's given to me and I will use it to the best of my ability tomorrow on QE2.
Looking forward to it, Bob.
Okay, all right. Take care, guys.
We're all very excited.
Bye,
Bobo.
All the best, Bobo.
Thanks, Bobo. We love it. We really do. Thank you.
Okay,
Find
bye.
my old, find my old dumb waiter for me.
Yeah.
Fruity, who's
talking about cash registers? I have John Welton's original cash register. I'm gonna go and get it for you. So just give.
It's as good as new, I expect.
Yeah, it's never been
still in
used.
its wrapping.
Fruity, who's in the picture on your screen?
What on mine, Noel?
Yeah.
It's Cass, myself, Dave Sawyer, Bob Griffiths,
Mark Rowland,
Tommy Kavanagh there, is he?
Mark Rowlands, and Alan Legg.
Oh, I thought that was Tommy Kavanagh there. No, looks like him.
No.
Did you all see Leggy's interview film on on the news?
We were talking about it before.
I haven't seen it.
It was very good. Very, very good.
Has anyone got the link for it to send it?
You get it on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah, but what do you have to put in to find it?
You go to BBC iPlayer. It's very simple because I managed to do it. Go to BBC iPlayer. Go to channels or just tap in the box for search BBC Southeast Today or Today Southeast. It's the news, the Southeast News Channel.
Yeah.
And it'll come up. I think somebody said it's only up for a week, so you want to try and do it. So BBC Southeast.
Do you need the date?
Yes.
Yeah, you will need the date the program went out, John.
Well, it's on Seagoing Friendships. I put it up, 2 short clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
can't
tell you
remember
what,
the
if I can, I'll send the short clips with the information to the crew bar.
Scotty, can you remember what day it was?
No.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we can look on the because
you
you
can look on
sent
the
you sent the
seagull
message through, didn't you, Scotty?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've
sent
got
it
here now.
as soon as it was on. I sent it.
In the meantime, here is John Welton's cash register, the original one. Still got
Right.
All right. That's fun.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Hang on, where was it? Oh, here we are. That was Taffy. It was the 12th of January. 12th of January, 6:30, because there's 3 episodes on the day, but do the 18:30, 6:30 p.m., 12th of January, are Southeast Today on the BBC iPlayer.
Right.
12th of January.
Come on. The 12th. Now, what date's today? It's this 16th. 16th. If it's a week, I would get on there sooner than later. Yeah.
I'll put the two short clips up. I'll put them on the crew bar.
Yeah.
Okay, Taff.
Yeah, it was very, very good. You know.
Yeah, he done. I tell you, he was before his time, Colonel. He would have made a good outside broadcast man.
Yeah, don't start all that, Taffy. All right.
Well, there's only ever one anchor man, but the scene in the news where he made a video when the Canberra arrived in Port Stanley, he was very good. The way he set up, very good.
He could be the war correspondent.
Yeah.
Was he your apprentice then, John?
I should have been. Did you sail with him, Colonel?
Who?
Alan Legg.
No, sorry, no.
Look,
No,
are you sat in another room now, Colonel? You're further away than blinking Ollie was.
Yeah.
I think, Dave, that were you on the Canberra in the Bonito Club with Ollie, myself, and Alan Legg?
Yeah, well, if I wasn't working up there, I came up there quite a lot to socialise. I do remember being up there with you boys.
Came up there to sing on the stage.
Yeah, I do remember that. And I remember Noel being up in the crow's nest. I think Blackpool Bob would have been up
They were there,
at the time.
Yeah, had a jolly good time up there, Noel, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a great bar, yeah.
Seagull up there as well.
And then I remember Noel being back down in the main bar. That was another.
And the cricketers. The cricketers was a great bar with.
I was in the cricketers when you were in the main bar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the cricketers with
Sally Stringer.
No, the guy. He was in the Isle of Wight.
Derek Norton.
The other Derek Crick.
Malcolm Norton.
Yes, right. Yeah. Norton.
Pete Elson was in there for a while as well when I was on there.
And Ollie was with us. You were in the cricketers with us, Ollie, yeah.
I was with you.
What was the name of the barman what was the room behind the cricketers? Kind of nightclub bar.
Peacock.
Peacock room.
Peacock Lounge.
Oh, the Peacock, yeah, that's right.
Peacock Lounge, yeah.
There was a Cockney guy in there. He was the barman there. A nice fella. Steve, that's right. Yeah, Steve. Yeah.
He was in there with Sid Harris.
Yeah.
Sid was the barman.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And you had the William
Sid the Yid, wasn't it?
Sid the Yid, yeah.
Sid the Yid.
I did the William Fawcett. I was a cabin steward first of all, up on A deck.
Yeah.
And then I went into the William Fawcett room, and then from there up to Bonita Club.
I was
in the not the Bonito, in the Meridian. The William Fawcett. What was his name? The little Italian name barman.
Rontiano.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Little Ron.
Yeah.
And then, actually, I think I was in the William Fawcett with Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little guy with a tight haircut. He only went ashore once in I think it was in Hong Kong. He went ashore. He was there for years. He done the open bar at the back of the William Fawcett room.
Century room. Century bar.
What was his name? Old boy.
What in the William Fawcett?
No,
Cliff.
No, the
Meridian.
Meridian.
Oh, not Cliff.
No.
When I first went on there, it was Basil Wilson.
Basil Wilson.
Basil
That's
Wilson.
what I'm thinking of. Basil. Yeah, Basil.
That's
And
who
Barry-
I work with. Yeah.
And Barry Bennett. Kathy Williams, I think, was in the Stern Gallery with Nevin. Sid Harris was on it, but I can't remember where he was.
We're talking about the Oriana now.
No, Canberra, 75. 75.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an Aussie guy that had the Alice Springs.
Yeah.
Old boy, he fell down a companionway and he died following it.
Oh.
I can't remember what his name was. He was always pissed.
That's
After
what we
he
were
locked up.
talking about him last week. He was in there with Nevin. What was his bloody name? Oh,
Bill,
Bill Woods.
Was it Grundy? Was it Grundy?
It's Grundy.
Bill Grundy.
Bill Grundy.
Yeah, was Grundy. Yeah, I'm sure it was Bill.
Yeah, he was in the Alice Springs when I first went on there.
I can remember him coming down the companionway from the well deck, holding on, and I said, "What's up with you?" He said, "I've done my ribs in." And about 2 days later, Nevin found him dead in his cabin.
Oh, dear.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nevin probably killed him.
Yeah.
Lord rest him. That's
Henry Alice, was it Big Fat Jeff?
Oh yeah. Hawksworth.
Yeah.
Jeff Hawksworth.
Up in the Alice Springs.
Yeah.
Tiny, wasn't he?
Talking of names, John Herbert, can you remember the baker on the Canberra? I think he was a Swiss guy.
Frank, not Frank, Joe Bissick.
Who?
Joe Bissick.
Old Joe, yeah, lovely fella, yeah. And who was the chef at the time? The chef at the time was, he was on with Joe. Guy with glasses, very quiet spoken fella. Brian Redmond would be the assistant chef.
Charlie?
Pardon?
Was it Charlie?
Charlie Rankin?
No, it wasn't Charlie. No. He was a very quiet man. He had kind of gold-rimmed glasses.
I think I know who you mean. I can't think of his name now.
I know who you mean.
I never actually sailed with him. He died a few years ago, actually.
Yeah. Because I know when I was in the main bar,
might come to me later.
Every night in the main bar, they all come in after work for a few beers.
Right, yeah.
Including the skipper. And Dougie Williams was very good to me. And they all came in one night and they were talking business. And the captain, I think it was the captain or one of the pursers, says, "How about Hogan? Does he need to be here or something?" And Dougie Williams says to them, "Well, you're here, Hogan's here. And if you don't want him here, you can go."
We're talking about Commodores. We more than once we had to shuffle the Commodore along to the lift and up to his room, up to his cabin.
Yeah.
Scott, he was at Fred Woolley.
Fred Woolley, yeah.
Yeah.
Fred, yeah.
Oh, he was always pissed, Fred, wasn't he?
Yeah. We get him in that lift and open the doors up the top and push him out.
One night after leaving Sydney, I probably told you before, Dougie says to me, clear off there was a big stainless steel table in the center of the main bar. Dougie said, "Get it all cleared off." He said, "Put on a tablecloth, get a dozen bottles of champagne, a case of Guinness, whatever." And he had all these lovely big rock oysters from Sydney, and they all arrived in the bar. So that was it. So you had the skipper, the purser, all the chefs in, and we drank champagne, orange juice, and Guinness, and those fantastic oysters. I mean, they were as big as your fist. So they were the perks of working in the main bar at the time.
Yeah. And Dougie Williams would have been very good to you.
He was very good, but some people didn't. But he was. Well, I knew him from both sides. But he was always very fair because he'd be looking through the porthole to see which the guys bringing their golf clubs on. But once everybody played ball with him, he was fine, and he was very good to me. Yeah, he was fantastic. You know,
He was good to me. He made me up from a winger to a POS.
Yeah. No, he was very fair. Like, you know, people didn't, because he was very grum. I saw him one night. He took one day. Oh, what was his name? The head of P&O. What was his name at the time? Big tall guy in Southampton. What was the guy? You know, everybody had to go to.
Onslow.
No. Tall, skinny guy. He was. Wasn't Bishop. It was. Oh, Jesus.
Shepherd.
Oh, yeah. Derek Shepherd. Yeah.
Eric.
I saw
Eric.
Angry Eric. Yeah.
I saw Dougie Williams. Nobody knew this. Dougie had a row with him in the bar, and he told him, he said, if you want to make anything about it, we'll sort it out and we'll go out on deck now. And everybody was scared shit of Shepherd, you know.
Yeah.
But I think
he was known as the hatchet man, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But I think he fell on his own sword in the end, as far as
he did. Yeah.
He ended up.
And he dropped a few people in the shit so he wouldn't go to prison himself.
Yeah.
He ended up in Normandy ferries.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah. He used to come on and watch us all working on there.
Steve down under.
He was XBI, I believe.
Yeah.
Steve, a question for Steve in Sydney. After the promotion of your You Grow, We Mow promotion last week, has business increased this last week?
None whatsoever.
Well, we're sorry, because I can see Colonel's trying to promote selling the last 200 pictures he took of the Sun Princess in Vancouver. He's still got a few left if anyone wants to buy one.
Never got a penny out of that.
That chef you was thinking of, it wasn't Dennis Rogers, was it?
No.
No, it wasn't Dennis. No, it wasn't Dennis. No, I can picture
Dennis that went down on the Falklands. I think it was Dennis Rogers.
I can sort of picture him, but you're right. He had like gold rimmed glasses, didn't he?
Yes,
a slim guy. This one you're thinking of.
Slim guy, yeah.
I know who you mean, but I can't think of his name at the moment. It'll come to me later.
No, him and the Swiss baker. I remember they were there for years together, like, you know.
Yeah.
But he was nice, nice fellow. The baker he was a lovely fellow. I think he was Swiss, wasn't he, John?
But the baker was Joe, yeah. Sadly, towards the end, he let things go. And that was one of the reasons that I was sent to the Canberra, and Joe was taken off, and he went to the old Oriana as first baker, not chief baker, although they kept his rating and his pay, but he actually went there as a first baker.
Okay.
And the whole thing had just gone to pot, really, to be quite honest with you. And 5 of the guys walked off before I joined it, which was just as
that guy's name wasn't Dennis somebody, was it?
It could have been. It could have been Dennis. It could have been Dennis. Yeah.
No, it was not the one I'm thinking of.
No. I know. Brian Redmond was second in charge. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I think poor Brian passed away as well, as far as I know.
Not long ago.
About 4 or 5 years ago, Brian passed away.
Brian was on the
And what about Geordie? What's his name? Who worked with Brian on the Sun Princess? Alex
Dawson.
Alex Dawson, yeah, he passed away about 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah. Last time I saw Alex Dawson, David, was after that, when we had that Canberra lunch on the Oriana.
Yeah.
He was round in the Duke of Wellington with John Thow, the engineer.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. I do remember seeing him there now. Fruity, yeah, and obviously the other one is Stuart Bucock.
Yeah.
He was great with the
he was a good lad, Stuart.
Lovely. The glacier-based stew, which we still don't know what the recipe was.
Is Stuart still alive?
Fingers crossed.
I believe so. Yeah, I think I've seen him mentioned on Facebook.
He wouldn't be that old, surely.
Well, I should think
no.
It's late 60s, I would think.
Bob. No, everyone's younger than you.
He'd be a bit old.
Everyone's younger than you, Blackpool Bob. In a nice way.
Thank you.
I think he'd have been in his early 70s, Stuart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say he'd be around about that age, yeah.
Yeah, I would have said he's probably about the same age as me, 72, 73, I would have thought.
Charlie in Bermuda, did you work with Stuart?
I did, yes, yeah.
What, on the Arcadia or?
Yeah, the Arcadia and the Himalaya, I believe.
I worked with him on a few ships, Stuart.
I heard he finished up on the ferries or something like that. He was working on the ferries.
Welcome, John. Stuart, the Glacier Bay Stew, it's become an institution on board, and I believe that you have the story behind the original Glacier Bay Stew.
Yeah, well, John, the original Glacier Bay Stew started in 1974 on the Arcadia. Mr. Alec Dawson and myself, we started it on there. And it's every time we've came up to Alaska, whether it's this ship or any other ship, we've always managed to put it on the menu when it's in Glacier Bay.
Well, Stuart, so that means that you were one of the creators of the stew.
That's quite correct, yeah.
Tell us something about your training, because obviously you must have had some special training to have come up with such a marvellous recipe.
Yeah, well, I did my apprenticeship at Claridge's in London. I was there for 2 years.
And was the Glacier Bay Stew on the menu at Claridge's?
No, it wasn't even heard of then.
It wasn't even heard of.
And then I was at Quaglino's, another restaurant in the West End of London. I was there for 2 years. And eventually I joined P&O.
Yeah, a lot of people have asked me that they've said that when we leave Alaska, does the Glacier Bay Stew get put away for another year? They're really insisting that this is going to be carrying on. We call it the Acapulco Bay Stew.
No.
Is that in the contract?
No, it's the Glacier Bay Stew goes in hibernation for the following Alaskan season.
Okay, Stuart, it's been very nice having you on the news tonight, and again, we'll look forward to the Glacier Bay Stew next week.
Thanks very much, John. Thank you.
Well, this brings us to the end of Channel 4 News.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Well, that chef, was his first name Gordon?
Bob, did you serve together?
Gordon Mitchum.
Gordon
Mitchum.
Gordon Mitchum.
Yeah. Gordon Mitchum.
Gordon, yeah.
Been annoying me because I knew I could picture him, but I couldn't think of the name.
Yeah, Gordon, that's who it was. Yeah. Gordon and Joe, yeah.
Sorry, Bob, I was just asking, did you sail with Charlie on a few ships?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I might have done a bit.
Yeah, likewise, I don't remember. Yeah.
Himalaya doesn't get much of a mention.
You must have done then, because I can't remember either.
No,
Yeah.
I was. I worked. I think the only one I didn't work on was the Orchides. I think I did every other ship on the Orchides.
Yeah. I was on the Orchides.
So did you two? Because I was going to ask Fruity a question in a second with Oscar. You know, you both sailed with Oscar, Charlie, Blackpool Bob.
I don't remember sailing with
years gone by.
So with who?
Oscar.
I don't remember sailing with Oscar.
No, nor I.
Mind you,
I didn't receive one either.
Stories relate back to those ships.
You didn't know everybody on every ship, did you? I mean,
No.
you were busy working all the time.
Yeah, true. And Fruity, what I believe I sent a message back to Oscar just to make sure he received the pictures back from previous stories that he's done. That I believe he's quite busy at the moment up at the cathedral, isn't he? But there is another one in the pipeline.
Yeah, there is. It's going to be the first bit of the Orient line, but they've been struck down with COVID up there. So whether or not he'll get round to doing one this week or not, I'm not sure. I did speak to him, might have been last week, and he was just manic covering at the cathedral and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
He was worried because the Verge had got it.
Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, well, it's a quick promotion for Oscar.
Could be Archbishop.
He's come out from behind the cloisters.
Could be Archbishop this time next year.
It'll either be the Archbishop or the actor.
Well, I've never seen a Mexican choir boy.
Steve Sydney.
Stead, look. Oh dear.
David.
Yes, Steve.
GLs.
Hang on. Oh, sorry.
TLs.
Oh, no, TL. No, don't. This is going to upset me. That looks like the traffic lights have got to come out, boys. I'm just getting. Well, they work. Nothing happens till we get the traffic lights anyway. I could put up. Which one is the Aussie? Is the Aussie flag got the star below the UJ or not?
Yeah,
it has. I'll just put that one up there. That's for you, Steve, down under. All right.
Thank you.
That's okay. That was just a brief one. Hang on. Now where is it? Oh, talk about Oscar and in the cloisters. That's me doing the confession on the Royal Crown. That's only a brief one. Hang on. Where's the traffic lights?
How long did you stand there?
Hang on. Guess who's missing this week?
He's not been in for a week or two, has he?
He has not been in for a week or two, correct.
I spoke to him. He said he was going to come back in. I don't know why he's not done it, to be honest.
No, I don't know. Right, it's all right. We're coming up to, there we go. Right, we're on to the traffic lights. Right. Now, so we haven't got an Oscar one this week. And obviously I know Colonel's earning a few bob from Peter Pratt for promoting his book. I know that. It's been well advertised. Well,
maybe you could put the first chapter up.
No, Pete, have you got Pratty's number 2 book yet? Pete Stevens, are you frozen? He's been freezing all night. He's frozen again.
Perhaps you should ask Pratty to come on and read out one chapter every week.
That'll be ideal. That'll save us having to buy the book, won't it?
I've got the book.
Oh, he won't do that then.
Who's got the book?
I have.
What have you in front of you?
Not in front of me, no.
Behind me.
Right. Well, look, we do need you to hold it up as a quick advert because we can earn a few bob from Pratty before we turn the traffic lights on.
You do a picture a day on the screen.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hang on.
You never get round envelopes off Pratty.
I get paid on Kindle.
You get paid for this.
It's on the Kindle.
Oh, excellent. Hey,
got it?
Colonel?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that's
look at that. Yeah, look at that. That's well done, Bob. Yeah, Pete will be happy with that.
Paid real money for that as well.
Bob, there'll be a brown envelope in that for you.
Too right. Better be.
Everything in it.
Right. Okay. Look, we better start waving. But again, it's been great to see everybody as far afield, and we won't forget Bobo because he's been very good coming in from Dubai. But obviously Stephen down under and Noel in Ireland and blimey, we've had even Scotty down on the southeast, along with Morris. Taffy's come all the way from Wales, who's coming out of lockdown next week. How far afield have we got? Blackpool, the Tower, and Ollie.
And Bermuda, don't forget Bermuda.
In Makerfield.
Yeah. Ollie, did you go swimming?
No, not yet. It's
not yet.
Too dodgy.
Pete, are you frozen or are you back up alive and well? He's moving again. Pete, you froze again. Pete, give a wave. He's struggling. All right, look, everybody else start waving.
Pete Stevens.
We'll see you next week.
Start waving.
See you next week, chap.
No more ni dina na no mu ya nu